Alright. So, I'm live yet? Okay, let's quickly check. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the another channel. Alright, yeah. Seems that everything is in order, and what I'm trying to do here is to and let me quickly check something. So here, is this the
Okay.
oh, that's from yesterday.
That helps you.
Oh, that's from yesterday. So save to delete. I think I'm going to add another down layer and put everything in the down section here. This is the interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun, we already said. Stroke of characters. Yeah, I think we're going to talk about stroke of the characters, and that's the order of the stroke, and I think it's also very important. What have you this? Okay, that's not the thing that I want. Multiple material in one object. That's my modeling thing. Yeah. So yeah. So all the preparation is ready, hopefully, and let's start our streaming. And I can't seem to load the chat information. I don't know why. Okay, let me quickly check things. So chat, kind of like reconnect that. Yeah, I can't. Why is that? How to customize a browser doc? Oh, yeah. I think I got this. So I can get a specific docker name. So I'm going to say chat new, because I want everything inside of the studio. Oh, I can't get the URL, so let me quickly get the URL here. Yeah, I'm pretty new to this. Sorry about that, mate. I'm going to get this tested and ready. So chat, can I get embedded chat? Okay, I can get embedded chat, embedded link, and I'm going to paste this link here and see whether I can get this. Okay, put it here. Yeah, good. I think it's like a chat link is got automatically refreshed. Yeah, I can embed it into the studio, which is good. Yeah. So everything seems to be in order, and let's continue. I got my coffee. I got my coffee here. Okay, let me show you. I got my coffee. So basically, here's the here's the rule. So every time I stream, I follow this rule. When I finish all this coffee, I'm going to stop streaming. So approximately 1 or 2 hours. So yeah, let me just put it here, so it won't obstruct the view, right? So let's get started. So remember, we previously talked about the strokes of all these characters, and I want to also talk about the stroke orders. That's the thing that I personally I mess things up. Okay, I mess things up, especially about this, because there is a saying. It's like 道笔. That means that we sometimes say 发道笔. That means when you're writing the Chinese characters, you do not follow that certain order. Okay, and I personally I do that, but But yeah, I try to be my best. I try to follow the correct order as I am recording everything. But the general rule of thumb is that you write 先横后竖. Okay, so let me just write it down. 先横后竖. Okay, that means 先 means like 先 this means when you first do something. 先横后鼻音横后 r o e u, so 后竖. Okay, so that means 先 means when you write things, when you do things, you do it first. So that's 先. We got like 先来后到, right? 先来后到. That means you're going to follow the certain order. So for example, you wait in line, someone cut before you, you're going to say, hey, 你怎么插队呢？先来后到啊. That means that, you know, I'm first. I should stand before you. Okay, if you're late, you stand right behind me. Right, 先来后到. Right, so that 先 means that you need to do something first. Right, 先横后竖. That means you're going to do 先什么呢？先横. Right, that means that you're going to do the horizontal. Okay, and then later 后. That means later. Right, 先来后到. Right, that means later you're going to do this 竖. Okay, so basically you do this vertical later, horizontal first. Horizontal first, the vertical later. Okay, really simple. 先横后竖. So for example, if you want write say 10, 10, right? So 10 means 10, and you're going to do that by draw a little bit crossing. 一个横一个竖. One horizontal one vertical. 横竖. Got two things. One is 横, one is 竖. How to do that? 先横后竖. That means you do this horizontal and then vertical stroke. Okay? 先横后竖. 10. 10, that means 10. Right? So another example is 工, right? Like 工人, worker, labor. So 工 is like this. If you look at that, you got 横, you got 竖, you got 横, right? So you got like basically 3 strokes. And that means you're going to do this 横, 先横后竖, right? 横, then follow 竖, and then 横. You might think, well, that's weird, right? Why is you said 先横后竖? That means you should do something like this, 横 and then 竖. Yeah, we follow a certain order. 从上到下, 从左到右. Okay, that's a general rule of thumb. When you're starting things, you're starting from the top, right? And let me just insert another so it makes sense. Okay. 先上后下. 先左后右. That's the thing that right now, if you look at the HSK curriculum, it does not mention this. Okay, sometimes we do not say 先后. We say 从上到下, right? 从上到下, 从左到右. Okay, 从到, 从 the r o e u到, so it's a. That means from a certain thing, from a certain place to a certain place. 从到. That means from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right. 从上到下, 从左到右. Okay? And here's the thing. When you write, say, for example, 公, you write from top to bottom. This is a kind of symmetric character. you can't write from left to right. It's you can't do something like this and do something like this, right? This is not a left and right scenario. So if just one intricate single component character, and you're going to write from top to bottom, and then 先横, and then, but even though it's 先横, right? But you 横 and then you're going down because there's nothing here at this area, and they go all the way down, 竖 and then 横. Okay, so that's a little bit different than 实. So 实 is that you 先横后竖, and it's like at the same like horizontal level. Okay, so yeah, basically you can do this 先横后竖, because it's not like a moving top to bottom. It's not like from the top to bottom. Okay, so yeah, we learned one of the most important concept of the writing Chinese character stroke. You need to follow a certain order. That means the horizontal preceding the vertical. Okay. Oh, and I think, by the way, I think my Japanese and the Chinese bootcamp is like on sale now, and I think how can I get the chat? Let me just add a little bit chat here. Chat setting, embedded chat. Okay, let me do a little bit typing here. Right. This my Chinese bootcamp's URL, as well as my Japanese bootcamp's URL. Right. So yeah. Okay. If I embedded chat, why can't, like, it's not a web player, right? It's like polling back upstream. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I already got that. Okay. So basically this is the like 2 links of my my bootcamp. Okay, one for this, the other for one for my Chinese, the other for my Japanese bootcamp. So yeah, if you're interested, you can check it out. Okay, it's still on sale now. It's because it's the very early stage of making this. I try to build all this in public, right? And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna check some of my email. And by the way, I think recently I got an idea of through the Chinese like classic literature, and using that as a study material. It's a little bit hard, but I think with the help of AI, we can sort of make the traditional Chinese classic literature into into just a plain modern language. The same goes for the Japanese classical literature, because yeah, language do change, and it's so hard. It's just like you reading Shakespeare. It's so hard for people to understand this, and through the help of AI, you can sort of explain things and understand things better. I think that's very good. That's a very good technology here. And yeah, especially with the modern technology, we can use it for great fun, great help. But there is also another thing, is that we become too distracted with all this technology, and I really love to read some books to be honest. Okay, and yeah, I think this we're going to utilize the help of AI to read books, but also yeah, to learn, right, and to utilize time. Okay, and let me quickly check because I think the may got some chatting not correctly sent, which is weird, right? Which is weird. You should like got the chat automatically sent, and I don't know why. Okay, let me quickly look at here. Yeah, it seems that I can see. I can actually see, but okay. But can I see the? Let me check. Let me check. Yeah. Yeah. It seems everything is in order. That's good. That's good. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue. So yeah, I think I can use the help of AI to help me do that and finally realize the dream of reading. Okay, I still remember when I was young and you know, all this is called 杂书, right? 闲书. That means that you are not supposed to read it when you're studying. Okay, but I think oh my god, I pray for my kids to be able to actually sit down and read, not just like doom scrolling with the crazy things on the phone, because that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Alright, let's continue. And of course, another also very important stroke order that we need to learn is 先撇后捺. Okay? And oh my gosh, 撇捺. This is very difficult even for me to write it. Okay? 先撇. Okay, I don't even know how to write 撇. Oh my gosh. Because I did not write for a pretty long time. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. So 先撇, 撇 that means okay. Okay, what about the order? Okay, as I said, I'm not very good at the order. 先撇后捺. So I think it's a kind of a pretty high requirement for those of you who learn Chinese and then learn how to do that exactly, because you know what, this is really hard. Okay, because you know what, normal everyday life, you don't need to write this 撇. Okay, so it's like I think it's dots. That should be something like this. Maybe this is the correct order. Okay, 先撇后捺. Okay, 先撇 sorry 撇 r o e, right? So 撇后 r o e u 后捺. Okay, 先撇后捺. That means doing this 撇, that means the left falling. Okay, and then 捺 is like right falling. So that means this should be first and this should be the second. 先撇后捺. Okay, a very typical example is say 人 left and right. Okay, 先撇后捺. 一二人. Okay, that literally means the human. And so for example, 八 先撇后捺, right? So just you separate the 撇 and 捺, become from the 人 become 八, right? So that means 8. Okay, 先撇后捺. You write this first and write this later. 先撇后捺. Alright, so we learn these two concepts. Okay, 先 yeah, I think it's three concept, because I also add this 从上到下从左到右. That means 先横后竖, right? You write the horizontal first and then vertical later. 先横后竖, and then 先撇后捺, right? Left falling first and right falling later. And the general rule of thumb is writing any structure of the characters. You write it from the top to bottom, from the left to right. Okay, that's the stroke order. Okay, I think I finished recording this. Stroke order. We can. Okay, let me just name these two sections. And by the way, you can join the chat. You can ask me any questions about learning of language, learning Chinese and all that. Okay, I'm pretty chill person. I'm like I'm maybe the chillest person that you're ever going to see in your life. Alright, so yeah, Chinese, right? That'd be good. 先横后竖，横后，先横后竖。Okay, how to, yeah, 先横后竖，先上后下，从上到下，从左到右。Alright, 先横后竖，从上到下，从左到右。Yeah, right. So, and of course another, also very important stroke order that we call now, E-R. 先别后拿。You write this first, or write this, the horizontal first, and then vertical later. 先横后竖 and yeah, seems that the recording is pretty fine. So that's some reassuring news. 先横后竖，先撇后捺。捺 Oh my god. I can't even find now while I'm typing this. So it's like, even though it's it's kind of ironic, and I think that's the reason why sometimes I don't think this is the very good beginning material for you to start, because it can literally mean a lot and use a lot of very complicated things while for the beginner to start learning. That's it's just too much, right? So yeah, let me quickly check this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. All right. 4. Alright, yeah. After that, we can continue to go down. 什么双人活动啊，这些咱们就不做了啊。OK, and 他是谁是吧？汉语老师是你同学吗？这个咱们是不是已经上过了？我感觉应该是已经上过了，因为它有课文哦。Number 哇塞 ，components 课后知识点，这都是在课后知识点啊。在学校你是中国人吗？你是老师吗？你叫什么名字 ？Yeah, I think we already covered that as well. 看照片，他是我的同学。这个咱们有看过吗？ 在学校你是中国人吗？看照片，在图书馆。哦，我们是在教室啊，在学校，在教室。Yeah, I think we can add so much more, but we need to push forward of the curriculum. 在学校 ，OK， 在学校 right? The next should be 在教室 right? So yeah, we can already push forward. So that's something fun, right? That's something fun. Because we're going to get some of the new concepts, new things. Okay, that's the text 4，第4课了。但是在我们这个系列里面的话，它应该是第，Oh my gosh, I do have 课文4。OK， 在我们这个里面的话，应该已经到课文5了。Okay, so it's not like exactly match. So you have to be aware because I add so much more things during the recording. Okay, but yeah, let's continue. 课文4 Okay, I do have a lot. Yeah, I think I changed my mind. What about I follow this, and still this will be the 课文4. Okay, so I follow the order. And so because you got like tons of material, okay, so from this there will be the 课文4，他是我的汉语老师 okay, and then after that you'll be exactly match. Okay, if I got like a supplemental material, I'm going to doing this supplemental material in the separate section. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. All right, let's continue. And I know that previously we add more material, so there will be a mismatch between the like 课文集, right? But I think follow the previous order, that should be like the 课文5. But in fact, if you open your curriculum, it's 课文4，他是我的汉语老师. But I think from this, I'm going to like turn it back. So basically, it should be 课文5, but I still want to stick to 课文4, so it's sort of a catch up with the curriculum. So yeah, 课文4是他是我的汉语老师 right? She is my Chinese teacher, but I'm not a she, I'm a he. So 他男他女他 that's the difference 他的区别他 right? If you type TA, but in fact you can type like two things. Okay, so let me change this from Japanese input to Chinese input. Okay, TA 他 right? If you do this is 男他 if you do this is 女他 right? So this is 男他 and 女他. Difference between 他 let me draw this. Okay, so 男他女他 what's the difference between 男他女他？这就是男他 right? 男他 right? 这个就是女他。Alright, so that's the difference. 男他 and 女他。这个男他呢，这边一个人 right? So basically it's like a person here. This is like 女 so this is like a man, general man, or mankind. Okay, this is like women. Okay, 男和女 male and female, something like that. So basically we call that 偏旁. That means it's like a side, and we use that to represent some of the meanings. Okay, so basically this 偏旁, this is also 偏旁. But we will talk about that in the supplement section. Right now, you just need to know, even though you say 他, right? You represent, in English you also use he or she, right? Or it. But in Chinese you use 男他女他以及他动物他, right? So that's the 动物他. 动物他 means that you just type 他, right? And the third one, okay? means that it's an inanimated thing that you want to refer. That's 动物它, right? Pretty easy one here. 男他女他动物它 that means eat and he, she and eat. Okay, so yeah, 他是我的汉语老师，但是课文里面是女他 right? So like she is my Chinese teacher, but you can also say he is my Chinese teacher. 就是男他，他是我的汉语老师 right? Because you know, it's me, right? It's me. So let me just delete this. Let me add a new slide. Okay, 他是我的汉语老师。汉语 right? Or 男他女他 yeah, there's like no woke culture in China, so you don't use this. Okay, you don't use this. You can't say he, she, them, like they, all that. Okay, no woke culture, just he or she. Okay, and if you want to address say transgender or that, you can just use this, right, or this, but yeah, unless you use English, I don't think in mainstream China is a widely like they have the like widely common understanding of how to use it. At least when I teach Chinese, I don't know how to teach this, okay, about the different pronoun or that. So I'm really sorry about that. I can't find this exact same language that can say they, them, right? If you have to find this, you can say 他们, but that's the weird part, because if you say 他们, if you say like they, them, right, it's like English, but still you can say this is like plural, right? 复数加一个门, that means that you are not referring to the one person but rather a multiple person. But still, yeah, like mechanically you need to add this, and this also have a gender in it, so it become really hard to sort of refer to in a non-gender way, right? So sorry, I got my like hands tied. My ability is kind of tied because the language do not have they and them. There's like a non-gender refer. So I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know how to use that, how to translate that. Okay. So yeah. So but if you say, hey, what about using this? Right? Here is the problem. This is more like refer to animal. So for Chinese people, the culture speaking ties, like if you use this to refer to person, right? Especially say if you like refer to transgender or some like a minority group, it might become a derogative term, right? Because this is normally referred to animal. So basically you're referring to them to the animal or non-human. So I don't think this is a good way to use. So yeah, I don't know. If you got a better solution, please tell me. Okay, so yeah, 他是我的汉语老师. So I choose this, by the way. Okay, 他是我的汉语老师. So when you practice this, you will refer to me as 男他, right? So 他是我的汉语老师. Yeah, alright. So yeah, pretty tricky subject here. Alright. You don't use type. My ability is kind of type because the language do not have. Okay, so yeah. 他是我的汉语老师。这个 Okay, where should I put this? Because it's already a cyborg. Why is it like a cyborg? Okay, I think I need to find, yeah, here. Okay, 课文 lessons 1 to 4. Okay. Alright, so what should I name this? Okay, what should I name this? Yeah, that should be something like this. But why am I adding this? Okay, I don't think it really matters. I don't think it really matters. So just to say this will be the 10. Okay. 在教室好像是啊，在教室。教室 means the classroom, right? 他是我的汉语老师 ，right? 他是我的汉语老师。汉语汉语 is like Mandarin, okay? But I prefer to make to say it's like 中文汉语 I think 中文 may be more inclusive, right? 汉语 is like to refer to as the Han's language. Okay, let's continue. 他是我的汉语老师。Alright, let's continue. So, 他是我的汉语老师 and then let's expand our vocabulary, right? So, for example, 在教室里，教室 as I said, 教室 okay, 教室 right, 教室 that literally means the inside classroom, in the classroom. And 教 is like, so for example, we can say 教师. I think I already mentioned this. 教师. 师 means 老师, 师傅, kung fu master. Okay, it's like a kind of a master in certain field. And 教 is like 教书, right? So it means teaching. Right now I'm like teaching you, so basically I'm 教书, 书 is like a book. So 教书 means like I teach you the book. But the modern teaching is not just teaching the book, it's like teaching a lot of things. So yeah, 教书. But 教书 that means 教 is like the first term, but 教师 is like the fourth term because 教 is like I teach you, it's like a verb. 教书 right now, verb, I'm like teaching you. 教师 is more like a noun, right? So like it's a teacher, not just a teach. So that's a tiny little bit nuance of the term difference. Okay, 教室 means that remember 教室 right? 教室 also a noun, right? So 教室 that means the room that for teaching, so classroom, right? Where the class happens, so classroom. So 室 is more like a room, and 教室 is like a place where class happens, right? So 教室在教室里的一个对话是他是谁 right? Who is she? But I can also say who is he, right? So we can have a benefit from practicing this. So let me just use this. 在教室，在不是这个哦，在 that means in. The first 在 is like you do that again. 在教室 ，OK？ 在教室，他是谁？ Oh, why is this horizontal one? Why is it horizontal one? I think is it should be home. I should get Okay, I don't know how to change that because I haven't been using the line spacing. I haven't been using this for a pretty long time. Okay, so let me just delete this and insert our own. Okay, blank title only, second header, vertical text and text. I think maybe just the section title and content. Okay, I don't want anything weird going on, so cut it. Just delete whole thing together. 再就是他是谁 Okay, you can also say 他是谁 Okay, because you can obviously see that person. You make a quick judgment of the gender. As I said in my previous video, I don't know how to use Chinese to represent the person who identifies that, right? So basically, you don't know how they identify themselves, so it's just based on the appearance, right? So if it appear to be a girl, it's girl, boy, right? And if you don't want to use the gender term, you can even say 那是谁 right? 那是谁呀？那是谁 right? That means who is that person, right? It's like more neutral. Okay, but if you use 他, there's like no way to say. So based on the appearance, male, female, okay, 他是谁？是 is like is in English. 是 so it's is. 谁 means that's who is that person. So 谁呀？是 a our e will use 他是谁 Okay, 他是谁呀？ 他是谁呀？ Who is he? Who is she? So basically 谁 is like whom, right? So it's asking a question. 那是谁呀？他是谁呀？ If you are sort of like alert, someone say break into your house, right? And you just say, what the heck? Who are you? So if someone break into your house, you're going to say, 你是谁啊？你是谁？ Or 你是谁呀？你是谁呀？ By the way, I try to like type all the pinyin out so you guys can see. And yeah, 你是谁呀？你是谁呀？ Sometimes we can use exclamation mark and as well as question to represent I'm shocked, but also this is a question. Okay, 你是谁啊？ Right? If you little 八卦, right? There's like a gossip around. 那是谁啊？ It's more like who is that person, right? More like a gossip. Who is that person? Is that his girlfriend? That's her boyfriend, right? Yeah, 那是谁? That person. Right. So, yeah, you're asking a question and they say is 是. Remember previously I talked about in supplement material, you can say 是, 回答他是或者他不是, right? So basically the answer will be, for example, 他是谁, right? It can also be 他是谁, right? 是 the question. 疑问句, right? That means you have a question. 疑问, you have a question. 疑问. That means that you are going to say 是, 他是, 他不是, right? So basically you are going to use this to answer. You can say Yes, 她是的。But in Chinese, if you like direct translate, there will be 是的，她是我的汉语老师，或者汉语中文老师 ，right? Something like that. Okay? 是的，他是我的汉语老师 ，right? But you can omit this, right? 他是谁？他是我的汉语老师 ，right? You don't necessarily need to bring this English convention to Chinese because you don't need to say yes she is or no she isn't. Okay, you just need to say, for example, who is she? She is my Chinese teacher, right? Who is he? He is my Chinese teacher. You don't need to say yes and no and all that. You don't need to worry about saying yes or no. Okay, you just say she is and she isn't. You don't need to 加上是的或不是。